but it's in your head, and it talks about you, about other people. It has comments about things a lot about the future, sometimes totally imaginary things that are going to go wrong, especially at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're in a warm bed. You can start thinking about all the things that are going to go wrong in your life. And that's the voice in the head. And most people are so identified with the voice that they become the voice. They become the compulsive, almost obsessive thoughts that continuously roll through their heads. And if I say to somebody, you are not awake, they say, what the hell are you talking about? And I say, that's it, that's the voice that keeps you asleep. Identification with that voice is a kind of hypnotic trance that you live in on a daily basis. What the voice says varies from person to person, from culture to culture. It's the conditioned mind, and the way the mind has been conditioned depends on the surrounding culture that you grow up in. If you had grown up in a totally different part of the world, somewhere in Africa or in Asia or Saudi Arabia or South America, you would have different types of thought. Not all of them would be different, but there's a different type of conditioning that goes with that particular culture. But what everybody has in common, no matter what the voice says, is that they are identified with the voice, which means apart from the voice, they are not there. They are the voice. They are their mental positions. You notice it, for example, when you start discussing something with someone and you have a disagreement, which happens very quickly, of course, when you start talking to somebody, and then quickly you find something to disagree with. And you then might notice in the other person, it's always easier to notice the unconscious in the other person, you might notice in the other person defensiveness and aggression arising, and emotion arises. They're getting upset because you're questioning their opinion, their viewpoint, which they don't even know it's a viewpoint. To them, it's the truth. That's how it is. And you question it, and they are beginning to defend not ultimately their opinion, they are beginning to defend their identity, because identity is bound up with thought. Identity, sense of identity, is derived from the movement of thought. And so whenever somebody questions something that's connected with your thinking, very quickly it is regarded unconsciously, of course, this is why we call that the unconscious state. It is regarded as an attack on your identity. It's almost as if somebody was physically attacking you. And of course, in some cases, in very unconscious people, even a disagreement can lead to physical violence. Incredible.